Hello! In this video we will cover integration with Trados Studio implemented in Trados Business Manager version 6. To start working with integration we need Business Manager, of course, we need Trados Studio itself and a plugin for Trados Studio which can be found under App Store, and the name of the plugin is Trados Business Manager Connector. And when you click on the download, you will have a version selector here, and you have to select version 6 because only this version supports integration with Trados Business Manager version 6. And currently this plugin is available only for Studio version 2021. And when you download and install it, then let's launch our Trados Studio instance. Here it is, and let's go to Projects View, and you will find TBM connector region here and a number of buttons. And the first button, which to configure plugin, is plugin settings, and here in the settings we have to specify a number of parameters of the plugin to make it working correctly and communicating with Business Manager instance. To do that, to get these values like application URL, tenant, application key, username and password, let's go to our Business Manager instance, click on Settings and switch to the Integrations tab. And under this tab you will find Trados Studio group, and here we have information which should be copy-pasted to the Studio settings. Studio plugin settings. Tenant is named TBM, application name and URL. And you can see that this information is already inserted here. Under username and user password you have to provide your username and password used to access Business Manager. Next, under project templates path you can specify folder name where your project templates are stored. And folder to store projects is a folder where all projects will be created by default from Business Manager. Under Translation Memories tab and Term Bases tab, you can add file-based translation memories and term bases which you want to provide access for plugin to make it possible to use them from TBM UI. Also, please take a note that under group share group here I have some group share server address and login and password, and this will also affect on Studio integration, and you will see it later when we will be creating a project from Studio. Enabled integration with group share will allow us to use server-based translation memories and attach them to projects which we create. So that's all which is needed for configuration of the plugin, and when we click Save and Close, you can see that this Connect button has this icon, blue one. And if I will go to plugin settings and change something, for example like that, and Save and Close, you will see that this button icon changes to crossed icon, which means that plugin is configured incorrectly and communication is not established with Business Manager instance. But when I change username to the correct one, click Save, and you can see that connection was established again. And now let's go through functionalities provided by this plugin, and we will see everything in action. In the Studio interface we have a number of buttons here: create a job or project, create a quote, and create an invoice. Let's start, for example, with create a quote. When I click this button, a modal dialog appears where I can select client, currency, project, and language. Client is retrieved from Business Manager instance and allow us to select a client. when you select some client, it will be remembered for the next time. Currency, project and business manager. So if we want to create translation jobs in some of existing projects, we can select it in this drop-down list. And language, if project in Studio contains multiple languages, then quote will be created for all languages. However, if we want to process only one of these languages, we can select one of those here in this drop-down. And when I click OK and switch to the Business Manager instance, then in a few seconds we will see that quote is going to be created and analysis results window appears. And in this window you will find all the analysis reports retrieved from this project. If we will go to analysis statistics, we will find that this project contains 1100 words for each language. And here you can see that as well. Now I'm scrolling down, click OK, and in the result I will get a list of tasks created in my quote with rates applied based on price list from the selected client, like that. What else? Amount is already calculated, and based on analysis import settings which we can use, application also can automatically create additional tasks like proofreading, and you can see that here. So we have a quote, we can save it, and we can print it. This way we have a ready quotation which we can send to our client. Alright, next button here is create a job or project. It works in the same manner, but instead of a quote, we create a project. Additionally, we can select specialization here, click OK, switch to the Business Manager window, and in the same manner, in a few seconds, we will get analysis report window here. Yeah. We see the same analysis results, and when I click OK, a new translation project window opens, filled with main information retrieved from the Studio project. And if we will switch to jobs, we will find translation jobs created for all our languages existing in Studio project. And again, I click save, and we are ready to start working on this project in Business Manager, send it to vendors, etc. And when we have created a project and it is already linked with Studio project, because internally, if we will, for example, go to RWS, select Trados Studio and click Import Analysis, we will be able to get information from analysis report of Studio project, because internally project ID is saved in created project, and this way Business Manager knows that this particular translation project is linked with some Studio project. And if we will go to main data under cat field, we will find Studio icon, which informs us that this project is linked with Studio project. And now when we have a project which is linked with Studio project, we can use this create an invoice button. And if I click on this button and switch to the Business Manager window, you will see that a new invoice window is opened, and all translation jobs from our project were added to this invoice, and amounts were imported as well. So we have an invoice with a selected client, we selected some default payment method, and translation job added. Taxes also can be calculated automatically if we set it in the settings or client settings. Default taxes are possible to select like this, and we have some total amount here according to settings which we have configured in the Business Manager. So this is how this works from Studio side. In the same manner, we can do create projects in Studio from Business Manager, and I can also show you. Let's again start with quotes. Let's create a new quote, select client, and we have a source language. Let's say it will be English, and target language will be, for example, German. We go to files and upload some file to a quote. Let me find some sample file which I usually use for demos. And now let's save this quote. Click RWS button, Trados Studio, and here we have some options. We can create a new project in Studio, we can import analysis, we can link with existing project, unlink, publish project to a server, and create a package. If we will try to import analysis, we will get an error that this project is not linked with any Studio project. We can go to Studio again, click link with existing project. Here we get a list of projects which we have in Studio. We can select one, click OK, and then this quote will become linked with existing Studio project. But of course, that's probably not interesting now. Let's try to click create a project and or analysis. And here we get a dialog where we have to specify project name, some description, deadline, source language, target language, client, folder with job files. This folder can be configured in the settings. So let me finish with quote creation, and then we will return to settings and I will show you how this works. But let's say we can edit automatically determined folder name manually if needed. So this project will be created not inside some generic Studio projects folder, but in some folder which we specify in this field. The next checkbox, only generate analysis report and then delete Trados project, allows us to retrieve analysis report, import it, calculate a quote, but then physically delete project from Studio and from hard drive. Under Files tab, we have to select files which we want to use for project creation. And under Project Template, we are able to do the following. We can select some project template. If we have a template in the folder configured in the plugin settings, then we can select one of those templates. Otherwise, we can select translation memories, which we configured in the plugin settings, and below, or enter basis, of course. And below we have translation memories from group share. So if Business Manager is connected to group share instance, then it will automatically allow us to select some translation memory from the server. And since project language pair here selected from English to German, then only English-German language translation memories will be retrieved from the server. So if I select some, it selects all. Okay, select some translation memory here. Probably it's some kind of bug. We will fix that. Then this translation memory will be attached to our project as server-based memory. All right, so now it's ready. We are ready. We can copy this folder name to open it later, and let's try to click OK here. And you can see that plugin started to create the project, And if we will switch to Studio, you can see that this project is already opened here. We already have analysis report generated. And if we will go to project settings, language pairs, all language pairs and translation memories, or probably German. Maybe the translation memory which I have selected was already deleted from hard drive and it wasn't found here. Okay. And under Business Manager window, you can see that analysis results window appears, where we have our analysis results sent by Business Manager by Studio, and I click OK. And under quote items, you can find that application has created one task for translation and another one for proofreading. So this way quote is ready, and this quote is already linked with Studio project. In the same manner, if I click Save and then click Print, we get quotation form ready to be sent to our client. In the same manner, if we will go to Projects and create a project, we can create Studio project from translation project, not only from a quote, and from translation job as well. The same functionality is enabled. The next thing which we can do, if we will accept this quote, let's change, for example, this status to send and then accept it, and application will create a new translation project for us with one translation job. And now from here we can go to RWS, Trados Studio, and use this option, create package. If I click it, this dialog appears where we can specify package name. Say it will be demo package, deadline. Let's set it to 1 week, some comments. And options. These are default options which are selected when you create project packages from within Studio. And then we have a list of files and target languages. And for each file and target language, we can select a user from Studio list of users created in Studio. We can select a user who will be working on this package. And say I select some user and then click OK. This will trigger the following. The file will be sent to Studio, and Studio will process this file and pack it to some package, and then this file will be automatically uploaded to Business Manager instance. And you can see this confirmation that packages have been successfully created and uploaded, and you can find it in your Studio project and under Files tab. What it means, if we will go to Files, you can see that this demo package SDLPPX file was created and added to the root folder of our translation project. And in the same manner, if we will go to list of projects under Studio and right click here and open project folder, you can see that we have project created for our language, and packages folder was created here, out, and this file was stored on my hard drive as well, locally, and here it was uploaded to our server, and now it's stored on the server. And if, for example, we will go to assignments and create assignments like that, and open this assignment, then go to files, and source files was attached here, and then I can click add and select my package here, and this package will be added to a created assignment. Then we select a vendor and send this file using a message or vendor portal to our vendor. So this is how package creation is working, and I suppose it should be helpful when working with multilingual projects, and pretty easy to create packages and send them to our vendors. So this is how we are integrating with Studio. We can start the whole process from within Studio or from TBM, doesn't matter. We can create quotes, projects, jobs, and invoices from Studio interface, or we can initiate everything from TBM interface by creating a quote, uploading a file, and then sending this file to a Studio. Also, I promised to go to settings and show you how project folder name is determined when we are creating a project in Studio. Let's go to settings and to the files and folders. And if we will scroll to the bottom, you can find this Studio project files group here, folder name for creating Studio projects. And by default, it just contains document number. But if we do that, Studio projects slash document number, and let's say we can use date, like year, months, day, and 0. And now if I click save and go to, for example, projects, select a project, RWS, Trados Studio, create a project or analysis, and now you can see that this folder name was determined like that. So that's all what I wanted to say about integration with Studio. Thank you for watching, and please send any suggestions and requests to improve this integration. We tried to make it as smooth as possible, and in this release, in version 6, this integration became even smoother than it was in version 5, because now Studio can directly talk to TBM instance running on any server. So you can run Studio locally on your local machine, and TBM can work on some remote server, and this can still work, and you can exchange files between these two instances from local machine to a server, and it will still work. So previously in version 5 there was a strict requirement to have Business Manager and Studio installed on the same server. Now this limitation is gone, and it highly improved user experience when working with two systems and integrating them. So again, thank you for watching, and see you in next videos. Bye bye.